I'm gonna go enjoy some yogurt because lately I've been having this yogurt craving, yogurt and frozen berries, half a kilo of each, Sunday. This is how we roll, guys. Hey guys, it's Davey here, and it's currently day 181. I hope you guys had a fabulous weekend, and I do hope you guys are doing better than yesterday. But today, I want to talk about how you can make your day count. How would you know if today you did your absolute best? Now, do you feel like you could have always done more? Do you feel like that you should have done more today? Well, we can all do more because we all have more potential within us, and rarely do we ever come close to our potential. And only the minority of people have ever come close to use their fullest potential. But most of us, if not all of us, had all come to the thought that we should have done more or we could have done more. And is this thought that makes us dissatisfied at the end of our day? And is this thought that keeps us awake at night with trouble falling asleep because we feel as if we didn't make today count? But here's the thing, how could you know if you made today count? Well, there's this one crucial habit that I had implemented for the longest period. I'm talking about 2 years plus, right? Because this habit has a profound effect on me determining whether I had made today count or I had squandered away my day. It has gave me tremendous clarity on all my habits. What this is just simply tracking your habits. It's simply tracking your life. And when I mean tracking, for me, I had started with tracking my workouts, started with tracking my calorie intake, but then that eventually progressed to tracking other stuff in life. And eventually, I'm tracking perhaps everything I do now in my life so I can have a clear idea of where I stand. Now, this is super important because when you measure your growth, when you measure your progression, you not only make your life more productive, but you also make the progression more fun. All right. Tracking, yes, you can set your goals, you can set your milestones, you can have these dreams and visions, but without tracking how you're going in life, you're going to be aiming blindlessly. You're going to be uncertain of where you are in your life. You're not going to be sure if you're reaching closer to your goal or whether you're kind of falling backwards. And this is where tracking plays a crucial role. Because we can have these high goals, but if at the end of the day we can't compare yesterday to today, then how would we know if we're on the right path? And that's when the worry comes in. That's when the worry comes in if that we had done more today or we had done too less today, if we should have done more or could we have done more. This is where this worry manifests in our mind. It's not knowing exactly where we stand. It's having no clarity. It's having no facts and statistics to back up our life. So we allow feeling to can take control of the truth, but really it's not that. It's not that we haven't done enough today, is that we have no idea how much we had done today and prior than yesterday. And there's only two scenarios in my life as I had experienced where I felt that today had not counted. It is either that I wasn't tracking or it was that I had not done anything at all today, right? It was only those two scenarios where my life felt like it didn't count. But it's obvious that if you don't do anything today, if you decide to be lazy and watch a few movies, and of course you're gonna know that you didn't do good today. But what fools and what tricks most people is not tracking their habits, is not tracking their life. So that's when the ambiguity comes in. That's where the confusion and uncertainty that worries a lot of people when they don't know exactly how much they had done today or the day before. See, without tracking, you'll never be content with your work. You'll never feel like you are growing. And I know I said feelings, but that's the truth, guys. We are driven by our feelings. Our feelings at the end dictates our action. We don't act logically, even though we like to think that we act on logic. Feeling does come in first. And it's feeling that dictates whether we get a good enough sleep at night or not. However, once we know what we've done by tracking, we will feel that type of way. See, once we know we did everything we need to today to reach our long term goals, then we won't be so concerned about today. So, having a system in place to track our life will let the feeling quiet down a bit. It'll relax our thoughts because we have the proven facts, the proven statistics that yesterday we had improved. An example would be like you're working out, right? You're trying to progressively overload, you're trying to do some hypertrophy and you want to get big, right? But like building muscle, like anything in life, it takes time, right? To achieve success in any level, it takes some time, discipline, and persistence, right? It takes hard work. But even with the hard work you put in the gym, without tracking your workouts, without actually adding weights or remembering how much weight you lifted yesterday or the week before, you never will know how much you're actually going to gain, right? So you could be trying your hardest at the gym, but you'll go home tonight feeling like you could have done more, feeling like maybe I could have bumped out the extra rep. Maybe I could have added the weight. Now, there are times where we feel lazy, right? There are times where we had a bad sleep and then the next day we don't want to actually work as hard. But without tracking, without numbers, you'll think that you had tried your best today because, well, that's how I feel, right? I did all in my capabilities. But without numbers, you'll never know if you actually done better than yesterday. So yesterday you might have done 50 kilos on the bench press for 10 reps, but today you're feeling a bit tired and you did 50 kilos still, but you did 10 reps and then you only managed to do 9 reps at the last set, but you neglect that. But that's 1 rep shy, right? That's 1 rep shy from yesterday, and that adds up over time. And eventually you may have just become more lazy, thinking that you should have done more and you could have done more. And what you do when you overthink and you have this worry, you sleep poorly at night and you recover worse. And you come back to the gym the next day performing much worse on another exercise. And we tend to let these things slide because we have no data to back up whether our performance is increasing or decreasing. And that's a problem if you want to see some growth in muscle. That's a problem because you see, growing muscle has a lot of factors in it, right? It's not just how hard you train, it's how much you eat, if you're in a calorie surplus, if your sleep's in check, if your nutrition's in check, right? But all tracking can do is it'll give you clarity on one factor of your overall. And you see, what I had learned about tracking over my 3 year consistent habit with tracking is tracking wouldn't help you necessarily become big and muscular, but what tracking will do for you is it'll give you clarity on your problems that you face. It'll give you clarity that maybe I am lifting enough weight, but I am not eating enough calories to grow muscle. I'm not putting my body in an environment to grow that muscle. That muscle could be conductive to growth, right? Same goes for business. Same goes for self-improvement, right? You may have not be making the enough outbound calls for you to get that one meeting, but you have been doing anything else right? You have been doing your marketing right, you have been doing your systems right, but you just have not doing your outbound calls enough to get that one meeting. So all tracking can do for you is it'll give you clarity on your situation. It'll give you clarity on the life. And that is super important because in the journey to self-improvement, in the journey for personal growth, we are already in a route, in a journey of ambiguity, right? We really have people to help you, right? Your family may condemn your beliefs. Your friends may misunderstand you, dislike you. You know, the people around you will think you're weird, right? For wanting to improve, for wanting to be out and be exceptional. People will judge you, people put you down, right? So you're already in this environment of this approval, and people are not there to help you but yourself. So we're gonna come into a lot of problems by ourselves. And of course, there's internet, there's YouTube to search for that answer. But in the end of the day, you still have to overcome your own problems the way you know best. Not someone else told you how to overcome your own problems because everyone is different. People will give you the tools, but you tailoring them to your own needs is going to be the reason of you overcoming that problem. It's going to be whether you overcome that problem or not. So tracking and what tracking can do for you only, and the major benefit it actually does for you, is to give you clarity on your problems, is to give you clarity on your life, is to set your life onto a more productive route is to set your life on a more progressive route because you know exactly where you're going. You know exactly whether you've done more than yesterday or not. But in the end, of course, there will still be times where we feel like we could done more. Well, then do more tomorrow. But I guarantee you, there'll be a time where you just don't want to do more anymore. Your body cannot allow you to do more. Like at the moment, I'm doing this new training routine, new training program, high intensity, high volume. Like I'm talking about, I'm in the gym as a part time job, right? Like 4 hours a day, totally draining. And I just can't do more. Like if I want to do more, I cannot do more. Right? I just can't. Right? That then that perhaps I can push myself more. But would I see any benefit above that than absolutely destroying my body at the gym? Probably not. Would I recover myself more if I do another hour in the gym? Perhaps not. Perhaps I'm not even going to recover now, but I want to push my genetic potential. I want to see how far I can go with my genetics. So this is why I'm trying out this routine. I'm still very new, only completed the first week. I think I see amazing results, but it's very hard to say because, first week of tracking this new routine, the weights have not really changed much. So I got to see how that goes in the next week. And this is why it's important because I do feel tired after the workout. I do want to slack off. But once you track your numbers, once you know what to expect tomorrow, you're going to want to hit that quota. You're going to want to hit more than yesterday. And once you do fail, well, then you know perhaps this is too much for me. Then I know that maybe this workout is too intense for me. But without tracking, without numbers the previous day, I can guarantee you, I would have done less than needed. I would have done less than it was required of me the next day that I hit legs, the next day that I hit chest, because I don't want to be there for 4 hours. I simply just do not want to be there for 4 hours. It's like I like working out, but sometimes you just want to do one rep shy of failure and just go home, right? So it is definitely ideal to have that tracking system in place. I cannot stress how much that has helped me, how much that had improved my life, and how much overall it had gave me clarity on my life. Being Sunday, of course, self-reflection. So after having this quick self-analyze of my whole week, I think that this week I had done pretty good, right? Like I said, I implemented this new training routine, this new high intensity workout routine. Very tolling, but I'm excited to go to the gym, But obviously, it's too early to say whether I am doing too much than needed. But I just want to see how far I can go with my genetics and potential. So I'm definitely going to give it a try to see how this goes for the first month. But next week will give me a clear idea whether I am going to be overloading my weight or whether I'm going to be deloading my weight because, like I said, tracking does definitely help. But overall, that has pretty much taken up a majority of my day, like 4 hours a day, pretty tolling on my body. Coming back home, I do tend to need about 30 minutes of rest just to kind of, get my post workout in, just to recover mentally also because it's mentally draining too. What I do want to change around when I come back home next week is instead of reading for 1 hour after every workout, I'm going to do my outreach after I work out because yes, outreaching would take a bit of more mental energy. So I think that will be my second hardest task in the day. And then I'll put reading after that as a reward. Before I used to put reading first before outreach because I thought I could learn something in the books before doing my outreach, before talking to prospect, right? So, but I'm going to do outreach first because that's obviously more important than reading because that's going to be getting me the money. That's going to be growing the business. So they're going to swap. But overall, I think this week has gone fabulous, right? Fabulous because mainly I survived the first week of this intense workout. It was something new, definitely like a very new challenge. And I'm grateful and I'm happy that I managed to overcome it because it is not easy, guys. Not easy, but I'm definitely excited with how the next month will go in this program. And I'm excited with next week also because, like I said, guys, I gotta be putting myself out there more, working on the business, and just living life to the fullest, guys. And it's gonna be amazing, guys, because this is what's gonna make my day count by doing more than today and by knowing exactly where you're gonna aim tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy some yogurt because lately I've been having this yogurt craving, yogurt and frozen berries, half a kilo of each, Sunday. This is how we roll, guys. Obviously, you gotta fit the macros, but yeah, this is gonna be me for tonight. So I hope you guys learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.